Woof woof. Woof woof. Ooh. Hello there, welcome to That's the Norm, where we talk about culture, communication, and creativity. And in this video, we're going to talk about creativity. Using the voice. Now, I do my job as a voice talent, and I provide narration and voiceover services to various clients. And one of the things I like to do is to read off of children's books. Recently, I went to this book launch event of this upcoming children's book made here in Malaysia called The Tales of Ae'tann. And I was so impressed that I bought the commemorative launch edition, as you can see right here. Now, The Tales of Ae'tann is set in a fictional world of various kinds of animals and pets, and they take you on a journey to go through a wide variety of, let's say, topics or themes and adventures. And sometimes it gets dark, depending on the illustration, but most of the time, it's perfect for children. I wanted to do a tribute by doing a small narration, so this is slightly inspired by the fact that they did a live reading there, and I was just so excited hearing it that I wanted to do it on my own as well. So, here we go. The Tales of Ae'tann, a sunset story. There is more in our world than we ever dreamed existed. You can tell there's a wide variety of characters. In this video, we're going to go through the prologue. So, all right. Take a deep breath, buckle up, and let's start. Once upon a time. No. No? Sorry, what do you mean, no? I mean, no. It's not a once upon a time story. Yes it is. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. Look, it's got a handsome hero. Well, yes, I suppose you could say that. A beautiful heroine. Oh, very beautiful indeed. A wise old... Wise? Wise or wacky hasn't been decided yet. Wise. A wise old mentor. An evil villain. Now, evil's a little harsh, don't you think? Misguided definitely, but evil? Look, is this your story or mine? All I'm saying is that it has everything a once upon a time story needs. Handsome hero, beautiful heroine, loving family, wise old mentor, his silly sidekick, alright, misguided villain, stupid henchman, loyal friends, everything. Did it happen in a land far, far away? Well, both far and near. Alright, I'll accept that. Did it happen a long, long time ago? No. Well, there you have it. If a story can happen right here, right now, then it's not really a once upon a time fairy tale, is it? No matter who's in it. Alright then. As you're so smart, how should I start this story? Well, it's your story. Start at the beginning. The beginning? Yes, the beginning. How did the story start for you? Well, I guess you could say it all started with a rabbit. Carry on. An old rabbit who told me there's a song or story in every sunset. There's a song or story in every sunset. And I thought, when he first told me, really? Who knew? Now, you should know that many thought that old rabbit was a wise old rabbit, but just as many thought he was a wacky old coot. Whether wise or wacky was never something I cared very much about, as he was a dear old friend of mine, and I believed him. Look and listen, he would say to everyone. Watch and see. So I watched and I listened, I watched and waited, and I watched again. Days stretched to months, months lengthened to years. The years marched merrily on, and the sunsets kept coming. Some plain, some beautiful, and some glorious. Through low plains and high mountains, I would travel, watching every sunset, listening, seeing, and nothing. Always nothing. No song, no story, nothing. On one particularly exasperating evening at the end of a hot and bothersome day, I decided I had enough. Storming downhill, I chanced upon that old rabbit, that dreaded old rabbit, who had wasted endless evenings of mine on some cruel joke. I proceeded to give him a piece, in fact, several rather nasty pieces, of my mind. He let the storm of words pass, all the while smiling, and asked me to join him in walking, in his slow, measured way, up the hill again. Muttering angrily, I kicked my way up that hill, scowling at him all the way, and even as he settled down, with a satisfied sigh, where he could have the perfect view of that evening sunset, he beckoned me over. Patted the spot next to him, and when I sat down, he leaned over and told me a secret. Now don't ask, I just said it was a secret. I'll tell you when the time is right. With that secret ringing in my ears, we sat silently and watched the particularly glorious sunset until the last of the light winked out over the horizon. I was stunned. There was a story in the sunset. Oh, there was a story in the sunset. Oh my goodness me, who knew? And how that wise old rabbit laughed when I told him that my first sunset story, as fate would have it, starts with a sunrise. Well then, you should have just started your story with the sunrise. You needn't have bothered with all that once upon a time nonsense. Alright, it is my first sunset story, you know. I don't do this every day. Ah, yes, that's true. Sorry, please do carry on. I won't interrupt further. Thank you. Now imagine the sun peeking over a land of endless wildflowers. A land where crystal clear streams gently bend and crisscross one another, where clouds kiss the ground, and in the distance, impossibly high mountains with snow-capped peaks reach towards an azure sky. Imagine the sun rising and shining with a light spring heat that gently caresses your skin, somehow bringing with it a mild breeze that rolls across the fields, filling your entire world with a delicate fragrance of wildflowers that uplifts your spirits and dissolves away all thoughts but one. I know this land, and I belong here and now. There is no thought of past or future, only the present. And in the present, only that sense of belonging. These are the first fields. So I'll stop there for now. So this prologue got me already, just from the prose. It's just so interesting. I love it. It's very poetic and a lot more than you would normally expect out of a children's book. So you can tell you're in for a big ride. And judging just from the thickness of the book, you can tell that there's going to be a whole bunch of stories. So a little recap on that event. They had a live reading and they were explaining the process. The illustrators came to show off art that hasn't been released yet for the next few books and chapters and all that, and things were looking up for them, so I really do support their launch. If you're interested in taking a look at what else they have to offer, or you just want to read up more about the story and the books themselves, you can have a look at the description below. I'll pass you the links. And really, do support them. They are amazing, really great. You can tell that the characters are a variety of animals, well illustrated, very interesting. The rabbit in question is Grandpa Buffy, not to be confused with the Vampire Slayer, the wise and elderly mentor of the Cavalier Trio, a pool guardian, and many others, of course. Ae'tann. This is Norman, voice talent and eager narrator, and you've been listening to a narration of the prologue of this book, and I will catch you in the next video. If you enjoy stories like these, that's great. It's fun for us to be on adventures together because, well, that's the norm. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.